As far as right now for
Who owns
the,
that property?
what's that?
Who owns the property where Seminole Avenue is?
That's a
Subdivision.
so Mrs. Palmer owns the shaded area. She owns that lot in the subdivision.
Okay. That lot doesn't include Seminole?
No, those are 50-foot right-of-ways in the subdivision,
Okay.
not listed as part of the subdivision lots.
They're private streets within the subdivision.
They are
That's the way they were
dedicated on the
intended.
subdivision plat as to the public. Dedicated to the public. on
They
the
are
s-
dedicated to the public. not
Yes,
just
but it doesn't say for the use of county road or anything like that. It just says dedicated to the public.
So it's dedicated but not accepted by the county. Because like you said, they're named streets and not numbers or letters.
yeah. So I mean the plat obviously is outdated.
Okay.
So basically, the plat map without any names on it, those 50-foot right-of-ways are dedicated. Doesn't matter what they were called
Name-wise. Okay.
50 years ago.
But it's already been dedicated, the property's already been dedicated for
I can-
whatever.
Well, you can have private roads within a subdivision, like the bluffs that are just up on 7th Avenue. Those are all private streets within the subdivision. Even though you have infrastructure belonging to the city of Cortez, water, sewer, but there's privates. The asphalt's private. The curb and gutters are private.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the applicant is stating that on the plat for that, it's shown as public. Is that what you said?
Yeah, dedicated to the public.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, as a fallback plan, this other road that comes off of F that you said was difficult, can it be made workable if there's for some reason
A lot
that,
of dollars to
What?
build across. It's a giant ravine on the southerly and the westerly boundary.
Yeah.
That's a giant ravine.
oh, okay, so
that's-
it's unpassable.
Yes. And
Okay.
to access it on that road that I have drawn in there, going around the westerly boundary, it crosses that ravine and it's a steep grade and not practical.
Passable
access.
only by a four-wheeler?
A tractor
Tractor.
or, you know,
Or
you get, you
So it's a farm
can
road.
drive a pickup through there, but
Okay.
if it's muddy or the weather's bad or anything like that, it's a pretty steep incline.
Yeah, okay.
It's not practical for future development of parcels.
So I'm gonna go forward. I'll be voting with the assumption in mind that this Seminole Avenue is possible access to the acreage above.
Right. So it doesn't have a name on the county road map or GIS map, but Kiowa is now 23.75. The center road there's 23.6.
And I'm thinking that in the center of that private road coming off of Highway 491, in the center, come down a little bit. Down, 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 down. Yep, right there. That would be, if that is truly a public right-of-way, then why not access it from there to the big
that-
lot?
That would be the plan in the
That would be
future.
the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think
get-
all the
to get
commissioners
to
here.
So for right now, you can access the ag land.
Well, yeah.
Future
And again, yeah,
development.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do.
We're
the whole
looking
thing.
in advance because you can't have an easement on your own property. So until that property changes hands, then you're gonna be required to get an easement. And I'm sure that's gonna be a condition of our vote. I'll make that a condition. Whether it comes in off of those private streets or it comes in off that whoop-de-doo. However, there's an access, there's gonna have to be an easement for the large piece of property.
Of course, and that's why I'm assuming that being dedicated to the public, to me, I practically think that is the easement to get in there.
So, but the county doesn't maintain that right now.
No.
Okay, so it is private, they're private. They just haven't been accepted as a dedicated road yet.
Well, they were when the plat was signed and
Yeah, they named
accepted,
it.
Well, then why isn't the county maintaining them?
because they're subdivision roads. Every red road on the,
That's what I'm saying, they're private roads.
Yep.
Then they're private roads.
private roads dedicated to the public use.
To the, well, public would be under quotes, because it would be in the
You and
use
I
of
can go
people-
drive on them.
The use of people that live in that subdivision. Yes, people
Public
could,
means public.
Public is the public. You and I can go drive on those roads.
yes, yes, we can, yeah.
That doesn't mean we're gonna maintain them or the county's gonna maintain them. Every red road on the county GIS map is non-county maintained.
Right.
And we don't know who owns them, we don't know who
And are
maintains
these
them.
red roads?
You can, well, you're looking at the map, part of them are red and part of them are nothing.
Okay. Well, those are lines, those are just lines.
Well, you're looking at 55 years ago, so,
I mean, they're not green and they're not red, these are just lines. So if that road comes across is a public road, then that's gonna be their,
Yeah, no,
that could
they'll
be,
have to
that
have
could
it
become an
dedicated.
easement for them to
Yeah.
get across. Yes. Whether they have to purchase it or whatever, that's up to them, because they'll have to cross that property line. Yeah. Okay,
Okay, yeah.
so I think everybody here has that same question regarding access. Okay, we're gonna open this up for public comment. Anybody wishing to, have a say, come to the podium, please. Okay, seeing none, we're gonna close it and bring it back to the commissioners. I'll entertain a motion.
Yep. I'll make a motion to recommend to the Board of County Commissioners to approve a proposed single lot development and AR 3-9 rezoning application submitted by Sharon Palmer, agent Brian McLaughlin, based on the following. The proposed use is in conformity with the code. The proposed use should not generate any significant adverse impacts on other property in the area, and public utilities and services are available or can be made available to support uses consistent with the proposed zoning. And the condition is that future access to the 35-plus acres is dedicated through an easement.
Okay,
I'll second.
we have a second, okay. I will also add that a condition that those CDOT comments be adhered to, okay? Okay, if we have no further discussion, we'll call for a vote.
Commissioner Hernandez,
Aye?
Commissioner Armstrong,
Aye.
Commissioner Neergard,
Aye.
Commissioner Lynch,
Aye.
Commissioner Doyle.
Aye.
Okay, the motion carried, it was unanimous. Good luck. There you go. Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Hernandez,
Here.
Commissioner Armstrong,
Here.
Commissioner Neergard, Commissioner Lynch,
Here.
Commissioner Doyle.
Here.
Okay, number 2. Notice is hereby given that the Montezuma County Planning and Zoning Commission will hold a public hearing for review and determination of a proposed 5-acre single lot development and rezoning application submitted by Alissa Baxstrom and Shannon Stephenson on property located at 19041 Road S, Cortez, Colorado, consisting of 160 acres more or less, located north of Road S, west of Highway 491, situated Section 23, Township 37 North, Range 17 West of the New Mexico Prime Meridian. This is a public hearing with the public notice published.
Yes, sir?
Was evidence of letters to the adjoining neighbors and mineral owners submitted?
Yes, sir.
Was a sign posted?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, she's here. Good job. All right, planning department findings, please.
Sure. The applicants propose to create a single lot development consisting of 5 acres more or less. The remaining 155 acres will not be a part of this project and will remain agricultural. The surrounding properties consist of agricultural and residential uses. The property is accessed off of Road S, and the applicants will need to contact the County Road and Bridge Department to obtain permitting for proper driveway access. I did hear from the County Road and Bridge Department, and they stated that the current access is for agricultural uses and may need to be upgraded to the county standards for roads, for driveway. There is electricity to the property. Montezuma Water Company has stated that they have a 2-inch main line on the north side of Road S. And they currently provide water to the property, and they have adequate water for additional taps. The Wildfire Adaptive Partnership recommends a waiver from the comprehensive mitigation plan due to the parcel is categorized as low risk and is irrigated land. And basically that is it.
Okay, thank you. You have anything to add to that?
No.
Okay. Okay, commissioners? Comments, discussions?
Similar to the last application, I'm curious how the access to the larger acreage will work out.
Part of it can be accessed along the ditch bank that goes along the end of the pond bank, on the east end of the pond. And then we plan to do like an easement or a right-of-way on the back of the west side of the 5 acres to get to that dry land.
So it'll be along the west boundary of the small acreage
Yes.
until you reach the larger acreage, and that will be the access point?
Yes.
And there currently is no easement for that access?
I don't know, there may be, with the Walters, my grandparents may have had an easement so that both of us could access those properties.
So
The
where,
Walters is just with the trees and the shop building to the west of that pond. So
Yeah,
there
so-
may be an existing easement with them already, but I plan to give, my sister and I are dividing this up, so I plan to give her access to that so she can.
Through the 5 acres,
Yes,
through the 5 acres, okay.
yes.
so now I'm confused. I see a road that goes through the 5 acres, but that's not the one you're talking about, correct? You're talking about to the west, not the east.
Yes, to the west, so she's gonna have, I'm taking the pond and that 5 acres, and she's gonna take the rest of that property, so she will have to have access along that west property line to get to the back side, because the ditch goes all the way through the property.
Okay, so on the west side, that's, looking at this photo, that's on the left side of the property, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so it sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like the access has not been worked out yet.
No,
Thank you.
My only question was about the ditch itself and if there's required access easement for maintenance on that?
Yeah.
There is, okay.
Yeah,
For the ditch.
there's,
Yeah, for the
There's
ditch.
several
That's what I
entities.
figured that was. I just wanted
Yeah.
to call it out. Okay.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, we're going to open this up for public comment. Anybody wishing to speak for or against this, please come to the podium. Okay, seeing none, we're going to close it, the public comment. Bring it back to the commissioners for a recommendation.
I'll make a recommendation to the Board of County Commissioners to approve the proposed 5-acre single lot development rezoning application submitted by Alissa Baxstrom and Stephanie Stevens based on the following. The proposed use is in conformity with the code. The proposed use shall not generate any significant adverse impacts on other property in the area. The public utilities and services are available, or can be made available to support uses consistent with the proposed zoning. The only condition I have is that the access be worked out for the bigger lot.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and we have a second. If there's no further discussion, we'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Hernandez,
Aye.
Commissioner Armstrong,
Aye.
Commissioner Neergard,
Aye.
Commissioner Lynch,
Aye.
Commissioner Doyle.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. It was unanimous. Good luck.
thank you.
Okay, can we have roll call, Don?
Commissioner Hernandez,
Here.
Commissioner Armstrong,
Here.
Commissioner Neergard,
Here.
Commissioner Lynch,
Here.
Commissioner Doyle.
Here.
Okay, number 3. Notice is hereby given that the Montezuma County Planning and Zoning Commission will hold a public hearing for the purpose of reviewing and determining recommendations to be made to the Board of County Commissioners regarding a proposed subdivision amendment and rezoning application of the High Duran subdivision submitted by Johnny and Allison Duran and Tyson and Jamie Cox on properties located at 20508 and 20390 Road S, Cortez, Colorado, consisting of 16.68 and 3.03 acres more or less, located east of Road 20, south of Road S, situated in Section 25, Township 37 North, Range 17 West of the New Mexico Prime Meridian. This is a public hearing. Was the public notice published?
Yes, sir?
Was evidence of letters to the adjoining neighbors and mineral owners submitted?
Yes, sir?
Was a sign posted?
Yes, it was.
Okay. And we have the applicant. Great. Can we have planning department findings, please?
The subject properties are lots 1 and 2 of the High Duran subdivision, and due to being part of a subdivision, a common lot line change is subject to the permitting process in order to amend the existing subdivision. All property owners are in agreement and propose to decrease the acreage of Lot 1 by 3.03 acres, more or less, with a remainder of 14.96 acres, and increase the acreage of Lot 2 by 3.03 acres, more or less, with a remainder of 6.39 acres. The surrounding properties consist of agricultural and residential uses. The access is off of Road S, and the applicants are not seeking any new driveway accesses at this time. All the infrastructure is already in due to houses being on both properties, and that's basically it.
Very simple. Okay, anything to add to that?
That says everything, I think.
Okay, Jane's real good at that. Okay, commissioners, discussion, questions? Okay, I'm gonna open it up for public comment. Anyone wishing to speak for or against this, please come to the podium. Okay, seeing none, we'll close it, bring it back to the commissioners. This is pretty simple.
Mr. Chair, I move to recommend to the Board of County Commissioners to approve a proposed subdivision amendment and rezoning application of the High Duran subdivision submitted by Johnny and Allison Duran and Tyson and Jamie Cox based on the following. The proposed use is in conformity with the code. The proposed use shall not generate any significant adverse impacts on other property in the area, and public utilities and services are available or can be made available to support uses consistent with the proposed zoning, and I have no conditions.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. If we have no further discussion, we'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Hernandez,
Aye.
Commissioner Armstrong,
Aye.
Commissioner Niergaard,
Aye.
Commissioner Lynch,
Aye.
Commissioner Doyle.
Aye.
Okay, vote carried, it was unanimous. Good luck, easy.
Thank you.
Motion second by Number 4. Notice is hereby given that the Montezuma
Gotta
County.
do roll call, John.
I'm sorry,
Gotta do
roll
roll
call.
call. Commissioner Hernandez,
Here.
Commissioner Armstrong,
Here.
Commissioner Niergaard,
Here.
Commissioner Lynch,
Here.
Commissioner Doyle.
Okay, now, number 4. Notice is hereby given. The Montezuma County Planning and Zoning Commission will hold a public hearing for the purpose of reviewing and determining recommendations to be made to the Board of County Commissioners regarding a proposed high-impact permit application submitted by Wynn Sanders and Lauren DeBate, agent Brian Davis, on property located at 30550 Road H, Cortez, Colorado, consisting of 37 acres, more or less, south of Road H, east of Highway 160-491, situated in Section 34, Township 36 North, Range 15 west of the New Mexico Prime Meridian. This is a public hearing. Was the public notice published?
Yes, sir?
Was evidence of letters to the adjoining neighbors and mineral owners submitted?
Yes?
Was a sign posted?
Yes, it was.
Okay, we have the applicants here. Planning Department findings, please.
The applicant proposes to create a micro-scale farm distillery. He has also stated that this will not be open to the public, only available to guests staying at their home, a bed and breakfast, or otherwise already visiting the property as part of the existing home business, which is a chocolate churn facility. The applicant can expound more on how his process is going to work. The surrounding properties consist of agricultural and residential uses, along with Colorado state lands to the north and west. The property is accessed from an area of Road H that is a red signed non-county maintained section. The applicant stated no permit is required per Kathy Harris of the Montezuma County Road and Bridge Department, as the parcel is located on a private road, which the county does not have jurisdiction, which is correct. Due to the property already having a house on it, all infrastructure is already in. Montezuma Water Company has stated that there is a 4-inch main line on the north side of Road H, and they already provide water to the existing residents, and there is water available for any future needs. And that's basically it.
Okay, I'm sure you're gonna want to add to that.
Yeah, hi. So my name's Brian, this is Joanne. We're proposing a really, really small distillery. So this might actually be the smallest distillery in the United States if we manage to get this done, or at least legal one. So yeah, it's 1 to 2 barrels a month of production. It's meant to be super, super small. We have a long history of doing high-end distilled spirits. And so we thought it would be really fun to put a tiny little distillery in, make a handful of barrels a year of some really special stuff and share them with guests.
Okay. Commissioners, I'm sure you have questions.
Do you have experience doing this before?
Yeah, actually, won 2019's World Whiskey of the Year from the founding editor of Whiskey Magazine UK, and have a long history of over 20 years of making distilled spirits before quasi-retiring here. We also obtained, if it's relevant, a letter from the fire department recommending the project go forward after reviewing the comprehensive fire plan for risk mitigation. I also have a letter from the what do you call it, Mesa Verde Country Tourism Office in support. Brian's also here, along with I think almost every neighbor I have.
Okay.
But yeah.
Then, do I understand that you have a business already with the chocolate factory?
We have a little tiny chocolate operation.
Okay.
Joanne and I make chocolate during the week, and on the weekends we let people come visit.
Okay.
We conjure chocolate using magic tricks. It's quite
Okay. And the B&B does not exist yet?
fun. We're currently building it.
Say again?
It's under construction.
It's
We're
under
currently building
construction. Okay.
it. Oh, here, let me get closer to this.
So we need an application for that, or is that included in this application?
That's included in this
The
application.
B&B, okay. That answers-
Well,
It was
not
a little bit
the
confusing.
B&B.
Oh, not the B&B,
Just the whole operation of the chocolate factory with the distillery.
with the distillery.
But not the B&B.
So
No,
B&B is gonna
'cause
be
it-
short-term rental then, right?
The B&B is available to anybody on agricultural residential property, as long as it's contained in the primary or accessory residence.
Oh, okay. It's
You
not
can't have,
secondary.
you don't get 4 or 5 separate
Okay, I see.
residences.
Yeah, that's okay.
Correct, we're building it onto the existing house.
Okay, I understand that now.
So
Okay.
this cooling pond that you're gonna put in there, where's that water coming from?
We would be buying it from the city, from city water.
It'll be coming from Montezuma Water Company.
It also provides water for the fire department as well. So they were also excited about having access to it in the event that there ever was an event out there. So we would be putting in a special hydrant that they can use to draw that water should they ever need it.
Was there any comments from CDOT on access?
Because it is so far away from the highway, they have no concerns. They don't have any real jurisdiction about that. That's what they said. And it's on a private road.
Okay.
So in the application, if I read it correctly, the trips per day in traffic is estimated at 1.
Well, so there's kind of 2 ways to think about it. So we currently have the existing chocolate business, and on the weekends, we will sometimes have 12 or 13 trips a day from that. And so we're actually reducing the number of chocolate tours that we do to allow for trips for the bed and breakfast. The distillery doesn't really generate traffic per se, I mean very, very little, because it's so small. So you might have a delivery once a month of goods, and you might have a shipment going out once a month of a pallet or something, but we're talking like a couple trips a month. I mean, it's really, really micro scale.
So how many trips a day between the B&B and the chocolate?
We would keep it under 15 by basically throttling those either way, right? So if we successfully complete all 5 rooms on the bed and breakfast, which we'll see, it's us building it. So assuming that that gets completed, then we would throttle back our chocolate factory tours to ensure that we stay below the county threshold a standard of 15 trips. So, because we can control it, we ticket guests coming in
Yeah.
for the chocolate tours. And so we actually have a very good sense of how many people are coming and when, and we have control over that by offering more tickets or less tickets. And we've never exceeded the 15 trips per day.
And I'm assuming the same kind of system is going to be used for the B&B because you said it's not open to the public.
Correct. It would be people who have booked a room that would be coming. And if we have more demand for chocolate tours and less demand for bed and breakfast rooms, then we would just increase chocolate tours and close off bed and breakfast rooms.
Okay.
So we essentially can control it quite easily.
But what you're telling us is you will keep the trips per day less than 15.
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, and as Don pointed out during the process, we had the option of increasing it in the high impact permit.
Yeah.
And we chose not to, mostly because, one, we get along with the majority of our neighbors and would like to keep it that way.
Yeah.
And also, we're quasi-retired and don't really want to work that much.
Yeah. Okay, it was just that the traffic from these other businesses weren't included in the numbers that I saw. So I'm glad that
understood.
you helped explain what the total's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
If the distillery is going to be non-public, so it's only going to be consumed by the bed and breakfast people and/or shipped out, that's,
Or people who are otherwise already visiting for the chocolate factory tours. So
Well,
for
well,
adults,
the-
for example, we might
people that are
let them
there.
have a glass of whiskey.
okay, so I come in.
Yes, and there have been several requests from neighbors.
I come in to buy chocolate, and while I'm there, I'm going to be able to purchase and taste
Sure.
your
I mean, in
distillery.
moderation, of course. We don't want to send anyone on the road drunk.
So you're going to be consuming alcohol on the property.
Yes, in the tasting room.
Okay.
It would be possible. Maybe encouraged.
So let's say hypothetically, in the future, you would decide that you would want this private room to become public. Would they just have to come back through and amend the high impact permit?
Well, they would have to change their licensing and permitting with the state, as
Okay.
well as coming back.
That was really one of my main
Our
questions.
state, not to slightly nuance that, so the state permit would allow it to be open to the public. It would be the county that would be where we would go for permission to change that structure.
Okay.
Because the state license is actually quite broad in terms of what it's allowed, but it's the county license or the county high impact permit that creates those limitations.
Okay.
I mean, personally, I'd love to have it where it was allowed to be open to the public if we wanted to. We have no intention to do it right now. In the long run, I could see scenarios where maybe we throttle back chocolate and wanted to open up the distillery more, but I'm also not opposed to coming back to the county and going through the process in the event that we wanted to change that.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, is alcohol considered a food or is it a separate category?
Well, in which context? Because alcohol kind of skirts interesting lines within the context of food, beverage, agriculture, all of these things. And so,
The only reason I'm asking is because we have in the land use code, there's an allowance or food sales are treated in a different way, possibly. And so I was just kind of curious, well, where do I put this? Do I put this in food or out of food?
legally, well, actually, if you really want to get technical, so
He does.
so I'm happy to hand these out. The Department of Agriculture defines it as agriculture. The Department of Agriculture also defines it as agritourism. The Code of Federal Regulations define it as agricultural processing. The Colorado Revised Statutes define it as agricultural processing. And I brought actually all of those with all the relevant sections highlighted. I thought this might come up.
And those designations are because it's is it a micro or mini distillery?
Those are just general classifications for what is a distillery. So fermenting and distilling agricultural products
Yeah.
is classed in the Code of Federal Regulations and the Colorado Revised Statutes as agricultural processing. notably allowed an AR-35 plus zoning in the land use code, I would point out. It also, the Department of Agriculture weighs in classing it as agritourism for people coming and visiting distilleries. Also notably in the land use code as a allowance under AR-35 plus zoning.
Yeah.
So I guess it's food. I think agriculture is food generally. I mean, you know.
Spirits are not, I wouldn't consider it food. Beer, maybe.
It comes from the same grain, right? Or a grain. I
Well,
should
whiskey
say.
begins as beer, so, you know, like I said, this gets really into dancing interesting lines when you get into beverage, because it, you know, it also comes into play with the fire code differently, and, you know, so it crosses some interesting lines there.
All right, I'll just accept that it's a little bit complicated and I don't need to worry about it, so I'm good. But thank you for the explanation.
You got it.
So down the
So
count,
the bottom line is distilleries require light industrial zoning, and in lieu of that, they're applying for a high impact permit on agricultural residential property.
that gives us control of what happens.
And I never asked, do you have irrigation water down there?
No.
What are you growing, and how much of product are you growing out of what you're distilling?
So I don't really have a percentage breakdown. I'm experimenting with growing different things out there. So Chardonnay grapes are definitely on the radar, as are Riesling. So Riesling-based brandy is definitely on the target list. I'm playing around. We have a couple of apple trees. I might try to expand those. In the short run, I think we'll be primarily purchasing agricultural products from other farms and then using that as the raw material input. But we are also planning on growing some of our own crops out there too. But no, we do not have irrigation water. So yeah, grapes are very attractive because they don't really require much water. The rest of these are more iffy.
The county then is going to require a liquor license
The
permit?
state does, and it's
State does and the
issued
county does.
through the county,
Okay.
approved by the Board of Commissioners, and through the clerk's office.
Okay.
There's also a federal license as well. We've had both state licenses in other states in the past, as well as federal licenses most of our adult lives, with the exception of the last year making chocolate.
Okay, anything else? We're going to open this up for public comment. Anyone wishing to speak for or against, please come to the podium. State your name and address for the record. Is the microphone on? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Brian Bartlett, 21420 Road G, here representing Mesa Verde Country, CEO and Tourism Director for that entity. Very excited about this opportunity. I did have a nice letter of support here. I'd like to just share a portion of this, if I could please, with you, just so you understand where we're coming from. It's a thoughtfully designed addition. It's limited in scale to no more than 1 to 2 barrels of production per month. It addresses a notable gap in services for a growing segment of our upscale visitation audience. Many of these travelers seek distinctive, immersive experiences and exclusive amenities available primarily to guests staying on site. Offering a limited production, property-exclusive spirit would provide precisely the type of memorable and place-based experience that today's high-value travelers actively seek. The reason we're excited about that is that we have an upper echelon of travelers that come through our area. We currently don't have a ton of accommodations or experiential activities to satisfy what they're looking for. This fits the bill perfectly. It overlaps with agritourism, overlaps with our multi-gen travel. A lot of people like to come for this and have a big reunion and have people get together on site where it's safe. They know they don't have to leave, they don't have to risk any driving, and they get to go away and attract more people that are high value travelers to this area and to this market. So it really checks a lot of boxes for the goals that Mesa Verde Country has that line up with the goals that we have for tourism and visitation in our county. We very much believe in what Brian and Joanne have done. We work so diligently to bring this type of expertise and maverick professionalism into our tourism market, and we're very thrilled that they're here, and we hope that this will encourage others to come and join with other maverick tourism and visitation ideas. I thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Hi there, my name's Billy Akers. My address is 30777 Road H. Definitely a lucky number. We're to the east of their property. We also have an Airbnb. Top 1% with Airbnb. So that'll be an added feature to have the distillery. I'm not bothered at all about the possibility of traffic. You know, it's a private road and pretty much everybody gets along down that road. My biggest complaint is when Valley Solar Panels comes in here and wants to mess it all up there on our property. But at any rate, I think it's a great, what he's doing is a neat niche. He's doing it fantasy-like. If you haven't been to the chocolate factory, it's a neat little quirky visit, the magical chocolates, but the chocolates are just amazing. He gets the chocolate from somewhere in South America.
Ecuador, but yeah.
But yeah, we're all for it. Me and my wife are right next door.
Thank you.
Thank you, Billy.
It's still not on.
Is it on? There we go. There you go.
Rachel Comiskey, 13267 Road 22. We also own the property that would be north of the chocolate factory. So we were here a year ago or so when we put in a subdivision just across the street. And we don't have an issue with the chocolate factory at all. What we do want to kind of safeguard is that we put $100,000 to put that road in. And we also put $60,000 in to bring the water. We upgraded the line to 4-inch line. And we would just like some help with that. Because when we came to you guys, we had said we were going to maintain that road. But at that time, there wasn't the traffic from the chocolate factory. When I'm out there working on our place, there's at least 2 cars every couple of hours, sometimes more, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that, to me, is pretty significant traffic. All of the neighbors were here opposing us because of our increase of traffic, but I feel like this is just as much traffic. And so we would like some kind of help with the road of maintaining it from the property or from their business and the surrounding businesses so that we're not solely responsible for maintaining the road. We've also put in a hydrant right there, so that helps with that. And then I am a little concerned because we did put in the water line, and they have been allowed to put their tap at the very beginning of the water line to kind of supersede having to help us pay for the water line. And their plan is to come down our private road with another line on top of the line. And so if that's continued to happen, are people just going to keep piling water lines on top of the 4-inch line so that they don't have to help pay for that water line? So that is my concern as well. So thank you.
Good. Thank you.
I'm Brandy Atkinson, 30261 Road H. We own the campground next to the chocolate factory, and I fully support them expanding business. I think that hopefully brings us more people that see our business, and we love sending people back and forth between the two. So I just think it's good for tourism, it's good for us, it's good for our customers, it's good for their customers to be so close and just to have someplace that our campers can go and we can send them out to. And I like the idea of getting more visibility as well. So I fully support them.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brandy.
Anyone else? Okay, then we're going to, oh, sorry.
Hi, I'm Robin Smith, and I live at 25745 Road H, but I own property directly across the road from them. So it's just agricultural right now. We have no problem with this, so we support it. Had really good experiences so far with what they've done and know a lot about their history, and actually are being very modest about their experience. So yeah, I think they know what they're doing. Also, just a little note, I don't think the traffic would be a big issue. The water line thing, just from my understanding, it's not to circumvent not to circumvent them, it's because the water company, and this is something we're dealing with, the water company is overcharging for us to bring that line down to the properties. It's
Dramatically.
Dramatically. And that is the reason. The purpose is not to circumvent the money that they put in for the water line. The water company is trying to charge $40,000 per line just to bring it down.
Plus the tap fee.
Plus the tap, plus. So that's the
For
problem.
one connection.
Yeah.
Just one.
Just for one. And we need it too, actually. And we're not going to be able to get it for probably 10 years until that actually.
Believe me, we do not
Yeah.
want to dig a trench all the way down
Hold
to
on, hold
Hereby
on.
Road.
Let her speak,
Sorry.
let her speak.
No, I'm just saying that's actually, I just wanted to mention that. That is the reason. It's definitely nothing against trying to hurt. Maybe you guys could help work on that situation with them, because it's not about you guys, it's about the water company. That was it. But yeah, we're fine with it. We support it, and we think it's a really good venture for the location. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Robin.
Hi, I'm Thomas Comiskey at 13267 County Road 22. I also own the property down there on Road H. I was one that helped put the water, or got the water line in. We were going to do what they did and tap into the line where there was taps available, but we could not do that. In order for us to do what we were doing, the water company made us and charged us 60 grand to put that 4-inch line in. And then under that assumption, we knew that if anybody else wanted on it, they would help pay for that. But now they're putting it way down at the very beginning of it and trying to trench their own lines that other mile to their place, or whatever it is. I'm not sure how far it is, but instead of just tapping into the line right at their property and bringing it across the road. So they'll be trying to run all that water through like a, 3/4 inch line to do all the irrigating and everything, all the way maintaining it for the whole distance of that. So I think that they should have to tap in where they got access with that 4-inch line, and then they pay their dues up to that. But that's my concern. So that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Tricia Hale, 30655 Road H. I live directly across from the premises there, and I am very concerned about our road, because my girls built that road so it was good for the people that would be living in the subdivision, but also blessed everybody else. But in less than a year, it's all rutted. People drive down there 30+ miles per hour. It's a 25-mile speed per limit. And it's already rutted very severely. And we have the campground who was improved to 14 spaces or something, and nobody's helped with the road. So we're concerned that it will affect the buyers for this subdivision. So that's my big complaint. And you know, what they do with their property is okay, but it is turning into, instead of a residential, there's a lot of businesses on that road now. So that's my concern is. And I have been out there and I have seen 4 cars at a time come up there for one session. So it is a lot of traffic. And then in the summer, we also get the campground that has, I don't know when they open, but it's through October. So that whole part down there gets more wear and tear too. So there is a lot of traffic in there, a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, we're going to close the public comment and bring it back to the commissioners, and maybe get some questions answered on the water line issue. Now you can talk.
So the water line is a really interesting special situation. I don't know that anyone here has any power over the water company. So I think we're kind of just talking for the sake of all, probably to some degree all agreeing. They were saying they spent $60,000 on the water line to bring in the water line for the 9-unit subdivision. And the idea was that we were supposed to pay a portion to then tap into that line for our property.
Sure.
But the water company quoted us $56,000 for one tap, uno. And then quoted Troy and Robin separately something similar for each individual one. So the water company charged them $60,000, and then they're trying to resell their water line to other people over and over and over again. And very graciously, the county, allowed us to park the tap at the bottom and run it in the easement for utilities. So we went, well, we don't want to do this. We expected that we would be paying something like $10,000 sharing the cost with them for the water line, along with everyone else who adds on to it, which was what we have presumed. But the water company decided to use this as an interesting moment to really charge a lot. So I don't know what's going on there. We worked out a solution. It's certainly not ideal, but it was kind of like, okay, it's workable. Not great. I don't really want to spend 3 weeks on a tractor.
Okay, so back up a second. You said that you are allowed to bring a 3/4 inch line?
It's not a 3/4. It's a inch and a half, but.
I'm sorry?
It's a 1.5 inch, but.
Okay,
that's
half inch line, okay.
One and a half.
One
It's
and
an
a half. Okay,
engineering
it's a good
thing.
size. Well, yeah, I was gonna say, for a business and multiple businesses, probably 3/4 wouldn't cut it. But anyway, you're running that line where?
Through the easement on the Red Road, the utility easement.
Whose easement?
So I am absolutely not qualified to answer this.
Road H has, obviously.
Red Road H.6 is a 60-foot wide access utility easement.
Right, right. Utility easement would be
Electric, water.
electric, gas, water, quasi-governmental. I don't know that private individuals can run in a public street in the right-of-way.
It's been done by others in the.
I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying I don't, and easements were my life, so I don't know that that is correct. If I wanted to run a water line from Zoo Gallery there down Main Street to some other place, I couldn't do that. I'm not a quasi-governmental agency, so I cannot. You have to have what's called a franchise right to be able to run utilities inside a public right-of-way.
So it's a private road.
Yeah.
Pardon?
It's a private road.
Private road.
H is a private road?
Well, the very end of it is.
Oh, okay. All right, okay. Well, okay. So you're taking it from the end of.
I agree with you. Running a water line from Zoo Gallery would be absolutely madness.
Let me look at this.
Can we see where the
I
water?
want to see that in the picture.
Where the water line's running on this?
So the tap was installed by the water company for us at the end of the public maintained road, where it becomes a private road.
Where is the end of the public maintained road on my map? Okay, I'm looking at.
If someone could tell the water company to make the price reasonable, we'd be more than happy.
So going from west to east, H being on the north side of your property line.
Well, actually, if you have a map of Road H, I can show you really quickly on the
Property
screen.
map. Bring that map up. Yeah,
Which one are you looking at?
this one.
What?
Yeah. That one. Yeah.
Brian, what size water tap did you have to put in?
I believe it's 5/8, I think, if I remember correctly. It, the distillery doesn't actually really use much in the way of water. The cooling water is the primary use, and that's why we put the pond in, so that we can recycle the cooling water, and that you're not depleting and using large amounts of water. So it actually is really, really small scale water consumption.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
So what everybody needs to know is that water taps are a separate cost than water lines.
Oh, yeah.
And commercial water taps, if you put in a 3-inch commercial water tap, you're gonna
That's a
pay
fortune.
$100,000.
Yeah, the $56,000 quote, though, is just for a regular residential tap. It was nothing special.
Okay, so we're looking at that map.
So
that your west property line would be the end of the water line on the Road H.
So you need to zoom out a bit further here.
This is better. Regen. There we go.
There you go. So you can see the private road going down, turning left at that elbow, and then intersecting with the public road down where that red dot is.
Okay.
So that's a private road.
So H is a red road.
That section is,
Not this section, but up above, the part running east and west.
it's 0.63 miles from the county road H on the red road to his driveway. I don't know if he follows the road, but 9/10 of a mile.
Okay, I'm still not understanding. Where does
The county road ends right here at this cul-de-sac.
There it is, okay. Okay, that's where it stops. Okay, so
Then
this is all
everything
private.
else is a dedicated 60-foot access easement and utility easement through this from 1960-something.
Okay. And that's where I'm saying is that a private entity should not be able to put anything in a franchise position in a road, in a public road right away, an individual.
Or a private road?
I thought you said it was just.
That's what he's saying.
It's an access utility easement road for what was created as
Up here.
It's public through where it's green.
4, 6, 8. It was created with 480s, 840s. Since then, it's been all hacked up a little bit, but
So H is not a public road, other than where the green green.
correct.
Green and going the other way.
Correct.
This is all private. Okay.
And it dead ends.
Not public. Okay. All right. That answers my question.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yes, you can. Okay, any other questions, commissioners?
Yeah, I wasn't really quite following it. Are you planning to, I apologize to the lady who was talking about her water line that she put in, spent all that money on it. Are you planning to tap into that line, or are you planning to go from where she's got the cursor here, where the green line ends, and run a line?
We're running a line from where the green line
A
is.
separate line?
A separate line. So she put in that line for the 9 parcels up there. So they charged her a lot of money to put in a big, fancy, expensive line. We were all really excited about this actually when it happened, because we thought, well, hey, look at the cool upside. We can now relatively inexpensively tap into this water line because we didn't have water before and bring water in.
Yeah, I got that.
The problem is that the water company is trying to charge us as much as she paid to put the whole thing in for one single tap.
For a tap.
For one tap, just one. And then they're trying to charge Troy and Robin, again, the whole price of the entire line for one tap, again. Well, times 2, because they need 2 of them.
Okay, thank you, okay.
Sorry, this totally turned into something completely other than our distillery project for the moment, but it just turned into our gripe session with the water company.
Like you
Yeah, I
said,
mean, it's expensive. I mean, other people out in the county have cisterns and are hauling water.
Well, that's what we did until very, very
It's
recently.
Probably not suitable for your.
No, I mean, it's not practical.
Intended use.
Yeah, hence why we bought the tap. It's been installed, by the way, but hence why we bought the tap.
So, one of the concerns I had from just some of the public comment was, you have the campground, and I heard the lady for the campground say, oh, well, you maybe host people come over to your place.
Well, it's great for the community.
Sample your wares.
Mm-hmm.
But in your thing, you're very specific that it's only the 5 occupants of your B&B that are gonna be allowed in there.
Well, and people who are visiting the chocolate factory, so.
Yeah, that seems a little cute.
Well, I mean, I'm not necessarily trying to be cute. It was disclosed
I'm
kind
just
of.
saying the way it seems.
I mean, we put it in there in black and white.
Yeah.
The idea being that guests are coming to visit and taste chocolate currently. For the ones who are over 21, it would be really fun to.
Right, so there's people coming in just to taste chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the volume of that?
It's currently 4 tours a day on the weekend and
Literally
holidays.
tours? I mean, where do the?
So they're groups of 10 people that we take through. They buy tickets. We control the flow of traffic that way.
Okay.
It's quite fun. We conjure chocolate using magic tricks and, clocks that dispense chocolate.
So the campground couldn't come over during the week?
Not unless we were open for a holiday schedule or something. Normally, we're closed during the week. I mean, again, we're kind of half retired here. We don't really want to work that much. And it's just us. You know, it's not like there's a whole bunch of staff there or something. It's still under 15 trips per day, by the way.
And who's responsible for maintaining that road?
Well, that's a question that's been debated since I got here.
I mean, what responsibility do you feel you guys have based on the increased usage of the road that you're gonna?
Well, we've added a bit of rock. I think in all honesty, we'd be kind of open to discussion on that topic and helping out with it. I mean, I think, you know, I don't know that anyone's ever been happy with it, but no one's really figured out exactly who's responsible for maintaining it. And so we've added some rock, not a ton. Ken, back there, one of our other neighbors, has added considerable amounts to it, as did the development when they were going through the process here. They added a fair amount of rock to it.
This is a gravel road.
Yes, it's a gravel road.
Be it noted, I added a toll.
Mr. Chair, this is a discussion between the commissioners and the applicant, if, with questions, not with the audience.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, hold on.
Sorry, you just kind of have the entire neighborhood here.
I mean, I have over a mile of driveway road on my property. I know what it takes in terms of gravel and work. It's not nothing. It's expensive, and it's not a ton.
Right.
I think I put 70 tons down last year.
Yeah.
I understand your concerns, Commissioner Doyle, and I'm with you on that. This entity is going to be bringing in additional traffic as opposed to neighbors that, hold on, that are, you know, using it
Right.
as a livelihood.
Sure.
Yeah, so, yeah, I think there needs to be discussion on how you are going to be able to contribute to that.
I think we're happy to contribute. I would point out that we're not actually asking for additional trips beyond what's already allowed for the parcel, per the land use code. So we're not exceeding the 15 trips per day. So I would point out we're not actually going over a normal single-family residence's allowed trips, just as a point. But that being said, I think we're open to working with the neighbors to try to figure out how to make the road better anyway, just in general.
Yeah, and I'm not suggesting that we want to solve that problem.
Good.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody at this commission, I believe because this is a private road, it's up to the landowners who share the use of that road to determine who and how it's going to be maintained, and it's not within the purview of our decision-making as to how that happens, or even if it happens. This question came up when the permit was being applied for the campground, and there were questions at the time that are similar, but this body has nothing to do with maintenance agreements that need to be generated by the users of a private road. We have no say in it, and I don't believe the commissioners do either, do they, Don?
Not literally. They did recommend on the campground expansion that they contribute to the upgrade of that road.
So I believe, my perception is that there's a need, and in my point of view, it seems like that need should be filled by the landowners who use that road, and you should have meetings or something in order to solve that problem.
We will throw a party with the first barrel.
Correct, and why couldn't that be a,
No, we don't have any jurisdiction over
but
that.
we have jurisdiction in the application. We have jurisdiction in the application.
No,
The
but-
application, as it sits, we are going to be making recommendations, yea or nay, to the commissioners. And why can't we have a, not a comment, what's the word I'm looking for?
A condition?
Condition, that the neighbors speak.
Because it's unenforceable.
It's unenforceable. We can't tell the neighbors what to do.
That's correct.
We can't tell these
You could
people
require them to all
here
come
that
to our
they
place for a
gotta
drink.
come and
Okay, I see what you're saying.
say,
I see what you're
we
saying.
can't do that.
Yeah,
They can
and
do
it's the
it
same as the
somewhere else.
water. We just don't have any jurisdiction over that.
Right. We have no clue over your taps. I mean, I get it, and I understand that pisses you off, 'cause it really pisses me off. But,
I get it.
you know, I attest to you guys, you know, you paying for the water line. I get it. But if the water company's telling me he's gotta do this, I mean, that's beyond anything that we can do, to be honest.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the road and the water are out of our
Definitely out,
purview.
definitely the
My
water.
understanding is with the people who supply the water is, the first person out there can put in the line, they pay for the entire line, and as other landowners get taps, they pay a portion of that original amount, and the original person who put it in gets reimbursed part of the cost of putting that line in. So
yeah, no, I
I
get it.
understand your concerns, but that's not for us. I would say there's a problem there. I don't know how to solve that problem, but it doesn't seem fair to the original landowner who put in the line, because that was their intent, that was their understanding when they put that in. So it's out of my purview, and I believe our commission's purview. It's another problem that the landowners out there have to try and resolve. But I don't think, well, I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
anymore. That's it.
I get it.
Electric line's the same way.
No, let's not
Bring,
start that.
bring the line in, yeah.
Yeah, that's not good either.
Anything else? Okay,
Negative.
I'll entertain a motion then.
I'll make a motion to recommend to the Board of County Commissioners to approve a high-impact permit application submitted by Wynn Sanders and Lauren Debate, agent Brian Davis. Proposed use is in conformity with the code. Proposed use shall not generate any significant adverse impacts on other property in the area. And public utilities and services are available or can be made available. Supporting uses consistent with the proposed zoning.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. If we don't have no further discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Is there any conditions?
I'm sorry?
Is there any conditions?
No, no condition.
Commissioner Hernandez.
Aye.
Commissioner Armstrong.
Aye.
Commissioner Nergard.
Aye.
Commissioner Lynch.
Aye.
Commissioner Doyle.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried, it's unanimous.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
I'm gonna visit your chocolate factory.
Awesome. We're going to be open just as soon as we get done building some bed and breakfast rooms. Thank you very much, everybody. And also thank you to all of my neighbors out there. Yeah.
Okay, we have roll call now.
Commissioner Hernandez.
Here.
Commissioner Armstrong.
Here.
Commissioner Nergard. Commissioner Lynch.
Here.
Commissioner Doyle.
Here.
Okay, additional. Comprehensive plan revision.
You're talking about the comprehensive land use plan that was back before the land use code?
Yep.
Yeah, so this goes back to the whole blight discussion.
Mm-hmm.
If the commissioners want to try and entertain an ordinance, we're starting from ground zero. You're rewriting the whole comp plan because the comp plan is not written to be so prescriptive of government oversight in the county. So an ordinance can't exist from the position that the comp plan says personal property rights prevail. There is no definition or discussion of trash, so you have it. If you think it's great, it's your trash. If other people don't like it, They don't own your property. So the county cannot adopt an ordinance that goes against its own comp plan, which was the basis for all government control of the county. So the comp plan came first. 12, 15, 18, 20 people, business owners from all walks of life for about 18 months went through to create the comp plan, and trash and blight was a for never-ending battle. And they finally just threw their hands up. Well, I don't know. Don't use those words, but they finally said that they can't address trash.
Yeah.
So then came the land use code, and now everybody calls planning, and there's really nothing I can do. I can send them a letter, but.
There's no bite.
So, yeah, I mean,
No way to
so
force it.
So it's gonna be a catch-22. If you wanna revise the comp plan and you have your public meetings, and your public meetings are for public input of every individual that has any trash on their property being on the list when this ordinance goes into effect, I don't see this thing ever having any sign of life. And I'm not inclined to spend a year to get to nowhere.
Well, I have a technical question. I don't think the comprehensive plan is part of our job. We're the Planning and Zoning Commission, and we make our decisions based on the land use code, not the comprehensive plan. And as far as I know, there's nothing that says that we touch the comprehensive plan.
No.
I would agree.
So in the land use code, if we want to do something there, I believe we have the authority to do that and recommend to the commissioners a change in the land use code. But we don't have any authority to do anything with the comprehensive plan, as
Right.
far as I understand.
No, this is information purposes only.
Oh, okay.
So it's different?
No, we are not tackling the comp plan. No, that's,
Okay, so there's no, because there's state statute that requires municipal comp plans to go through the Planning and Zoning Commission and ratify by the decision makers.
yeah, and
I don't know if that applies to counties, I don't know much about that, but
I
I'm dealing with
can't
that right
say for sure, but we're a statutory county, so,
now. You might want to,
following
yeah,
statute, that's how you may or may not get to an ordinance, but basically you can't do a one-off
yeah.
when it doesn't align with anything you've done for 30 years in your county. You can't just wing it. The courts don't like that. We would never survive a challenge. So in the discussions, the commissioners are discussing blight and a response and a plan. My discussions with the county attorney is more along the lines of a liaison, for lack of a better word, somebody to communicate with the public at their residence, on site, if there's a particular problem. The county is possibly looking to provide tipping fees at the landfill for people who would clean up their property, may not be readily available to pay those tipping fees.
Kind of like that voucher.
So that we take the approach that, you know, your property looks bad, you've just now dumped new trash on there in the last year. Here's some opportunities, can you clean it up? This is what we'd like to see, there's no reason for the trash. That approach, because letters and big-handed government are not gonna work.
I have a question. I've heard that term before, but I don't know what tipping fees mean. I don't know
That's what the landfill charges to dump your trash.
Okay, that's the name for the
Yeah.
fee that you pay, okay.
Because it's either by a pickup load costs whatever it costs, or you pull a trailer down there and it's by weight.
Okay, yeah,
So it's the tipping fees are based on the weight of trash on and off the scale.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
okay.
bring a trailer in with a bunch of trash, you unload it, then they weigh the trailer as it comes back.
Yeah, so,
Track the tip.
so we're not talking about tipping the people money.
No.
Now, when you say.
And they are so looking at, you know, a county cleanup day, just like the city has a cleanup day, but, you know, if you don't have the resources to haul off your trash, throwing it in a pile is not a plan.
Yeah.
So,
So this is kind of similar to that voucher program you guys tried to do.
Yeah.
Just something like
a
that.
couple years
Yeah,
ago,
yeah,
we
just
had
an
the voucher
incentive,
program,
yeah.
and a lot of vouchers were handed out, but not a lot of them were turned in and
Because they still had to get it from point A to point B.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, I mean, it is a problem. I was talking to somebody the other day about this. On 184 between Mancus and Dolores, on the right side as you're traveling to Dolores, there was a big blue building with a guy that had tons of cars just laying all over the place. You know, and when I was looking at property to move here, the realtor took me to one across the street. Basically, and I said, oh, no, this is not even gonna happen here. I'm not even gonna look at this. But something happened, the guy cleaned the whole place up, and I don't know if that was part of the voucher thing or not, but it's a very nice piece of property now.
Oh, a lot of
So,
it can be
has
if it's
an
taken
impact-
care of.
It has an impact on potential, you know, owners.
Absolutely.
It does.
So I've read the comprehensive plan, and there's a lot of discussion about blight, but I don't remember any definitions of blight. They all agreed that it was bad, and they all agreed that they didn't want it in certain corridors, but they
Yeah,
didn't
I know.
define it, and they didn't propose anything to take care of it.
And there you go.
So that's the dance around.
There was, one of the commissioners was actually involved in that. Maybe we could ask questions.
First thing I said, what's your definition of blight? He said, well, and I said, you just failed. You said well because you can't give me a definition, a specific, succinct definition of one thing that's trash or blight.
Yeah.
So I said,
How
never
can
gonna
you-
happen.
Yeah, how can you write policy around something like that? You gotta have decisions.
There is a
you got to have-
definition of rubbish
Yeah,
in statute, and it does cover the problem, but again, you're going back to recreate. And then you're also creating a whole nother department of 300,000 or 400,000 a year, 2 or 3 people in office, a car, an attorney, and court.
And court costs, yeah.
And I see that going nowhere as fast as all our other options of enforcement so far.
so you're basically saying that the commissioners wouldn't support the,
They're looking for options and ideas. One of them kind of likes working with the individuals and relaying information, opportunities that the county can help. Another one wants an ordinance. But that's a long, long hill to climb to, as far as I see, to get to nowhere, because I don't know how this county's gonna ever take all the trash we have and say, yeah, let's have a trash ordinance. Because everybody's gonna be on it.
well, what I would say is
All the
if-
farmers, because washers, dryers, and hot water heaters are not ag. Old cars are not ag, so I mean, it covers everybody, and
Everybody.
there you go.
I mean, I'd recommend they hire a consultant if they decide they want to redo the comp plan to help them do it. I
We
mean,
don't need a consultant. We'll get a boilerplate document that's just dumped on us, and they forget to change the name half the time.
well, I mean, you still have to go through the process with the
Yeah, but,
community.
nah.
No, I'm not saying
We're
I
not,
want it to
we're not
happen
redoing the
necessarily.
comp plan.
Okay, well, if the commissioners don't
I mean,
have that in mind,
they can
then what are we
direct it,
talking
but
about? Yeah,
when they direct it, I don't know that planning and zoning gets to review it, so I think they're gonna have to take it on themselves.
yeah,
to try and schedule it and discuss it and promote it or don't. And I don't know that there's a consensus at this point. I just wanted to let you know, update you kind of where things are at. And you already know my opinion.
Thank you, Don.
Fighting it all the time and sending certified letters and all that to get no response is just no fun.
We don't need to spin our wheels.
You know, I mean, we don't have the money to try and do this either.
The money,
We're
yeah.
losing money every year. We're not gaining money, so we can't open a whole new division because
Right.
we're not gonna recoup anything.
Yeah, that's gonna be all outlay.
Yeah, it's just gonna be expenses. It's not a revenue stream.
Exactly.
I mean, they go to court, they get $1,000 fine and clean it up, but $1,000 doesn't cover 6 months of court case for an attorney and the enforcement guy and his vehicle and insurance and an office and
Sounds like they can keep talking about it if they're not going to do anything about it, so, yeah.
we keep promoting it and we contact people because new stuff shows up and it's like, why? You know, haul it off, go to the landfill. And then we have places that have been to court and nobody's been directed to take them back to court. So I'm at a loss. If it went to court the first time because of the problem of the property, then it should go back every year till it gets straight. But the commissioners have to direct the attorney to do that. I don't win conversations many times. I just bring them up when these new things come up. It's kind of chasing fires. 3 people in a neighborhood start complaining about a property that's been that way for 6 years and all of a sudden it's a panic, from my perspective.
Well, you never know the situation. They could be wanting to sell. And, you know, that's gonna hurt that sale.
We've got one that's been through child social services, kids taken away, been to court, fined. A week later, the decision got rescinded. Planning wasn't told. 3 years later, we find out that it failed. So our hardcore go to court, lock them up, fine them, failed, and there you go. We'll see where we get. We've got another one going to court, which basically is to get some action to clean the place up. Because if it goes to court, it's just get fined and then clean the place up. So we'll see.
Weigh the options.
This is a 5-year plan, and you guys have seen applications come through here, so we'll see. No means no. Deny is deny. But so there's the enforcement mechanism that is a tough sell.
That's the problem, is that you don't have any way to enforce it, so.
No, we're just, I mean, the county wasn't ever
Set up to do it.
set, exactly. We don't have the foundation, which goes back to your legal whatever.
Okay.
And there's been no decision yet on leaf properties, so we don't know if our,
Isn't that coming up?
it's coming up for a conference here.
Conference, that's what it was.
Which means they're gonna ask questions instead of just everything that was submitted in writing.
That's all that's.
And so if and when there's ever a decision, we'll find out if the land use code is legal or not. Because that's the bottom line, chapter 2 is illegal.
Yeah, on this one, yeah.
And then I'm not sure where we start.
Well,
We'll just wait for that.
in my opinion, that probably should have never been zoned commercial for what was being done there. Should have been high impact. That's what should have been done.
That's what he's applying for, is high
That's what he's
impact.
trying to get.
But it's commercial, it's zone commercial, right?
Yeah, but the very first sentence under commercial is you may need to have other permits in order to operate what you want to do on this commercial property.
Right, but again, if it was residential, and then it got converted to commercial, because that guy wanted to do the painting.
Yeah, but that was through the letter permits when we adopted the
That was
land
way
use code.
before us, I'm sure.
It wasn't done through our process. And the land use code was adopted in 98, and in 2000, they sent everybody in the county a letter and said, what are you doing, and what do you want to be zoned, and what do you want to be permitted for? Well, the guy that had a frame shop said commercial, and so he's commercial. Well, that doesn't get reviewed.
Yeah, okay.
Like the frame shop disappeared, there's no building, there's a septic system in the ground. Well, this guy buys it,
Yeah,
and then there you go.
and there you go. Well, I think we're gonna lose that one. My gut feelings you're gonna lose it, yeah.
Well, the appeal went from 4 issues, or 2 issues to 4 issues, so they split the baby to get better odds, I guess, I don't know. It's all legal stuff, and
Yeah, well, he's definitely gonna spend the money on it. I mean, he's just, sorry, but it's my opinion on the whole thing is that he's gonna try to prove a point. It doesn't matter what it costs him, so.
So he says that he's got the money to take it to the limit.
Do I understand that correctly, that property has never paid commercial taxes?
I have no idea.
I looked-
Just because it's zone commercial
Right,
doesn't mean you pay commercial taxes, because there's hundreds of properties that are
But if
residential
you're
that
doing a
are.
commercial enterprise, don't you pay commercial taxes? So
Yeah,
from
so
what-
on residential property, you get taxed commercial if you're doing commercial business, a
And
commercial
backwards.
entity.
And backwards too, right? If you're a commercial business, if your property's zoned commercial, you should pay commercial taxes.
That's across the hall, that's not planning. That's called the assessor's
Yeah, that's the
office.
assessor's office, yeah, yeah.
That's the state, and then the assessor's office, and
Just do research on this, he had never paid, even the old guy that owned it, you know, that was doing the painting, never paid commercial property taxes.
All of a sudden, the commissioners
That was
decided
just
to
residential.
subdivide the property.
Okay, we have a motion, somebody?
Oh, motion to adjourn.
Motion by Jason,
Second.
You did?
Yeah, I'll second.
Aye.
aye.
Oh, yeah. That was to adjourn, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
Yes.
7:30.